Hi.
Hey, I'm Peter.
I'm Eden. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming. Take a seat.
I brought you a copy of my resume.
Oh, okay, thank you. So how'd you hear about us?
I'm friends with Little Ricky that runs the Claptrap.
I know Little Ricky.
Yeah, he's been good. You know, he said that you were looking for a new manager.
Yeah, I definitely am. Well, what made you interested in coming here and applying to the...
Well, I kind of like a challenge, and I've been looking to get on with a new venue right from the ground up and help turn it into a successful nightclub.
Okay. Can you tell me a little bit about your experience in this industry? I see you have a couple jobs here that you...
Well, I've been in the industry for about 5 years. I've worked at multiple venues, doing different sorts of things. I worked everything from hip-hop to country. I've done a lot of work bringing in events and stuff like that. I've run the gambit of venues, so no matter what you're really looking for, I think I have experience in it.
Okay, well, speaking of events, what sort of events have you coordinated in the past that pertain to the club industry?
At one of my clubs, we regularly did events. We probably had at least 2 every month. We did everything from bringing guest DJs to adult performers. We brought in acts. We've done benefits. I've done everything from bringing in vendors to help set up stages. Worked with the management and talent. They can, you know, it takes a lot of patience sometimes to deal with them, and you know, really just coordinate and get everyone there on the right time and everyone on the same page. You know, if it means, you know, going out to the airport and picking up the performer or whatever, you know, I'm willing to do that.
Okay. Well, speaking of having patience, how do you handle yourself with a violent customer?
Well, obviously, you know, working in the industry, that happens from time to time. I think the #1 thing that I do very well is keep a calm, you know, presence. You never want to just feed into a customer whenever they're angry, they're drunk most of the time. And I have a martial arts background, so generally if they get violent, I try to subdue them without causing any physical damage or permanent injury, because the last thing we want is to open ourselves up to a lawsuit. So the main thing is I just subdue them as quickly as possible, get them out of the club, and, you know, keep the liability to a minimum.
Well, as you know, we are looking for a manager to take over one of our clubs that we recently bought out. One of our goals is to install a new POS system. Have you had any experience with that?
I have. Actually, at one of my other clubs, Club Oxygen, we transitioned from an old school register system to Aldello.
Okay.
I've had experience working with both Micros, Aldello, and Aloha. And so I've been there, I've done the training on all of them. I know how to set a system up, and I know how to program it, you know. And I'm good at setting up new inventory systems and things like that for keeping liquor control.
Okay. Well, what's your management philosophy? How would you describe that?
I like to be even-headed. I've found that if someone comes and tells you something happened, before you make any judgments, it's always good to hear both sides of the story. You know, because sometimes things aren't always what they seem like right off the bat. Also, if an incident happens, I always document, because if it comes down to it and you need to terminate an employee, you want that documentation to prove that you had good cause to do it.
Okay. Well, I do like that. Do you have any questions for me?
What do you see as the vision for this club?
Well, we plan on being one of Houston's best dance clubs. We plan on having aggressive promotions and bringing in guest DJs monthly and any other special guests that everybody would like to hear from. We also plan on installing state-of-the-art light shows along with music video screens throughout the whole venue. So
That sounds good.
yeah.
Do you guys have a set opening date, and how soon before that opening date would you want the manager to come on and start helping out?
Yeah, well, we plan on opening in about 3 months, and we would want the manager to come in about 6 weeks before the opening so they can coordinate with the contractors as well as start interviewing with the staff and get the hiring process going. So.
And once you're open, how many nights a week do you plan on running?
Well, we plan on being open only for 3 nights, which probably seems a little short, but we'd rather have 3 strong nights rather than 5 or more weaker nights. So.
Oh, that sounds good. Well, that's all the questions I have for you.
Okay, well, it was very nice. Thank you for coming to this interview, and I will be contacting you probably the next week or so.
All right, thank you.
Nice meeting you.
Nice
Thank
meeting
you.
you.